Hello everybody, Ed0626 here. Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Today's video is going to be something special. So, as we all know, WrestleMania saw the teasing of WWE 2K22. And it looked good. I have high hopes for the game, but I'm going to be honest with you. And I've said it throughout the course of 2K20's EBCW season. I have absolutely zero interest in buying a new WWE game if a good portion of these things on this wish list are not going to be in there at launch. Some of it I would hope is there regardless, but we'll have to see, man, because at this point, and it's not because I don't like playing WWE games, I love making 2K games content with you guys, or for you guys, especially EBCW, because EBCW is just so stupidly simple for me to make. But I just really hope that I can bring something to you guys that's going to be good. And I feel like 2K20, while it was storyline-wise really good, I feel like the game itself lacked a lot for me to even keep interest with it. Shockingly enough, this is actually the gameplay I'm using in the background, which is actually the show after the last pay-per-view we did, which was Hell in a Cell, which was an absolute banger. Go check that out if you haven't yet. And of course, follow me on all the social media links down in the description, as well as subscribe and rate the 69 Whiskey Podcast wherever you listen to your podcast on any platform and or device. So, here's my wish list. Basic functions of the game to work at launch. There's no denying 2K20 launched in an absolute shithole. And basic things in the game that have never been broken were broken at launch. Let me tell you something. My first WWE games were played on the Wii. And if the Wii could have basically functioning parts of the game, there's no reason why PlayStation 4, 10 years later, couldn't see the same thing. This game launched with so many goddamn issues where, like, the entrances weren't working, basic stuff in, like, the creative moveset and other things weren't working. It was a real pain. Like, graphical glitches are what they are. I tend to enjoy them depending on how ridiculously stupid they are. It's not really the glitches of that bother me. It's just the basic functions of the game where it's like really fucking with me. That, for instance, such as making the entrances and doing other things in the creative suites. Like, that bothered me a lot. And there's no excuse for that. There is no excuse for that. So I really hope that the game has the basic functions of the game that have never had issues, as far as I'm aware, don't have issues today, or in the upcoming game. Revert the fucking control scheme. That's what you have to do if you want me to even think about purchasing this game. I heard from the grapevine, specifically guys like Denkops, that he said the controls of this game were not good. I'm like, oh, how bad could it be? Turns out 2K20 was bad. Very bad. So bad to the point where half the things in the game I still have no fucking clue how to use. And when I try to figure out how to use them, I have to do it like mid-match. I never had to do that before because I never had to worry about something like that. Everything was always the same. 2K, for whatever reason, changed the button scheme and fucked up how we play the game. It was just uncomfortable to play with the button schemes that they created and the combinations of buttons that you had to press. It was just uncomfortable. And half the time, it didn't work. You've heard me plenty of times complaining about it on EBCW. But I will say this much. I would be happy if they kept the triangle button as the reverse. That's the only thing I really want them to keep. I have said it time and time again. I think the reaction of the triangle works a little bit better for me personally. Obviously, there were times I didn't work as well as it should have, but that's a game issue, not a me issue. But that's a different story for a different time. But yeah, the triangle reverse, I wouldn't mind seeing coming back, but everything else has to fucking change, really. Better graphics and better lighting. 2K20 is a dark game. There's really, like, it gives you that feel of a 1990s wrestling show, or even a 1980s if you want to go back that far. With, like, that smoky arena, everything is, like, fucking pitch black, and the lighting of certain areas of the game and the certain lighting schemes that you have in entrances just does not look good. It just does not look good. There have been much better lighting features in this game, and this one wasn't it. It was just far too dark in a lot of aspects for me. And the graphics, some people say, "Oh, I don't care about graphics in a wrestling game. I want the gameplay to be good." Blah 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 blah. You know, they want to fucking complain about all that shit, or they want to complain that graphics don't matter. Actually, graphics do matter if you watch entrances and you kind of see how parts of certain people's faces look like shit. It's just a graphical downgrade. Like, I've been posting previous WWE games over the last several weeks, and they look much better. Like 2K19, incredible upgrade. 2K18, incredible upgrade. 2K20 fucking sucks compared to those games in terms of looks and graphics. That's just my opinion. Next up, more up-to-date roster. I was just appalled by certain superstars that were not in the game on NXT and NXT UK. Like, come on, man. Like, there are certain characters that need to be in the game, and I think Walter was a guy that was done fucking dirty for the amount of time he was in the company when this game released. Like, I would have loved to have fucking played as Walter, dude. Like, really, it would have been cool as shit. And there are just other things. There's, they tend to do this thing, WWE games, where it's like they have the same fucking character 20 times, but when they want to actually have like an up-to-date roster, they can't even do that right, which is even worse in my opinion. And like the DLCs for this game, segueing into that, the DLCs for this game were fucking pathetic. Same thing. Completely like wacky, kooky shit that really didn't need to be in the game in 2K Originals. Like, it was a very divisive tactic they had for downloadable content. And I got like the deluxe edition, so I'm sitting here like, I paid fucking all this money for shit that I don't even really need and I don't want in the game. Like, what the fuck is this? I was legitimately upset. I was like, I fucking paid this kind of money. I pre-ordered this fucking game, and this is the bullshit I got? You know what I'm saying? So, if they're gonna do DLCs, I'd rather fucking pay for the DLC packs like things used to be, where I can just download characters that way, and I can download certain move packs and other things. I'd rather would have just paid fucking extra for that instead of the shit we got with 2K20's DLC, man, because that was a fucking shit show, and it was borderline a pathetic excuse for downloadable content, in my opinion. I don't know anybody that actually really enjoyed it. Like, if it's your thing, it's your thing. It's not my thing whatsoever. So a lot of people want GM mode, but I'm more of a universe mode guy. I mean, GM mode, I really never seen gameplay of it, so I don't really know exactly how it really works. So excuse me if I didn't play any game besides prior to WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 11. So I rather just want the universe mode again in 2K20 sucks. It's just like you do all this stuff and you play the same like 5 characters over and over again, and then you like play the same like 3 or 4 matches week to week and every show, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, I have hundreds of characters in this fucking game, and they keep giving me the same fucking garbage. And all the wins I do get in the game never translate to an actual title match. Like, in previous games, like, at least shit actually translated to a title match. Whether or not I had to edit it is besides the point, because of, stories I was trying to push in 2K20, especially in EBCW. But in 2K20, it didn't work. Like, that shit didn't work. And it really bothered me. I was just like, what the fuck am I playing these matches for if none of them are actually leading to anything? Like, the champions never get booked. Creative characters never get booked. Like, what the fuck? Like, what is the point of having a universe mode if the functions of universe mode are rarely functionable? Again, basic functions in the game that just don't work properly annoy the fuck out of me. And again, I credit that to developer incompetence and gaming studio incompetence like 2K, because we all know 2K is not the best when it comes to shit like this. Faster paced gameplay. And this is going to be the last point I make. So, faster paced gameplay, man. The slowness and realism of the simulation aspect of 2K games, and WWE games specifically, is unbearable. It is unfucking bearable. I'll say it before and I'll say it again. I had much more fun playing PS3 versions of 2K14 and 15 because they were fast-paced, they were arcadey, they had doses of realism in it in regards to like movement and how the game was presented in terms of like a WWE type feel. Ever since 2K16, as much as I love 2K16 and I like 18 and 19, 17 is its own animal that I don't get into too much. But it's gotten progressively worse in terms of gameplay. It's like they keep adding these fucking things that just make the gameplay slower. And the way the character moves is either really fast in certain cases for animations or really fucking slow. And it's just like really horrible to look at and play. It bores the fuck out of you after a while. Really, it does. I play one show every couple of days and I'm like, fuck, I'm bored. And I used to never say that before. I used to play Universe Mode for hours in like older games. But anyway, guys, that is my 2K22 wish list. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all on the next one. Have a great day and peace out.